Alright guys, welcome to another game of the Joint Dota Masters. This time it's going to be TTB versus Quantic. Again, sorry, the live stream is messing around. I have no idea why it's not working, but nonetheless, you will be able to see this video as a VOD on YouTube. I'll also upload this on my own 3D.tv channel, and I hope shit gets sorted gets sorted out here relatively quickly. Thanks for tuning in, and I have my cocaster with me now. In the last game I didn't have him with me, but Durka, welcome.
Hey there, nice to be here.
So, everything fine over there?
Yeah, it's all good. Sun's shining. Nice game to watch.
That is correct. We're gonna go right into the draft here right away. The players are still loading. I'm gonna show you this game here. There we go. Waiting for some slow spectators to load maybe. TTB versus Quantic. Quantic has been on a hot streak lately. Korok has been making quite the name for himself and his Morphling just ripping through other pro teams. And TTB will have a really tough time against them. And let's see how they will do. And the draft will begin now. Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Check out epicommentary.com and support us on YouTube as well as Facebook. You can find us there, we'll go through later throughout the game. But now we're gonna go through the draft stage here. Calculus is the captain of TTB, bans out Leshrac first. Response ban from Quantic here is Chen. I'll be interested to see if also that other jungler Enchantress is going to get banned out, or we're going to stick to these tier 1 bans such as Darkseer, Lesh and Lycan gets banned out. Brewmaster are also in there. Durka, do you know if Ogre Magi as well as Roof Trellin are in here as well? Train Protector?
I'm pretty sure they are because they were picked up. They were picked up yesterday by someone in the same game, both Ogre and Treant, but I can't remember who it was. I think it was SGC, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
Was it? Okay, could be. I also read a thread about art style drafting Treant and doing some crazy push strat, and with dual junglers. I think it was Chen as well as Enchantress. But oh well, this year's TTB against Quantic, and Enchantress did get banned out, so two of those primary converting pushers that will just come onto lane with neutral creeps and push the living heck out of your towers are gone. So is Invokers. So first pick might be Brewmaster or Prophet. His global presence is just quite a lot to deal with. A really strong he's definitely first pick and first ban material. Gets through more often though lately, since we've seen heroes such as Lycan and Brewmaster introduced into the game.
Yeah, with that Lash first ban from TTB, that really pushed the picks out a bit. Quantic didn't want to see that Lycan or Invoker, so they banned them out, which left the Brewmaster and the Furion in the pool available for picking. Which we'll probably see the Brewmaster coming out of Quantic now, because it is a very strong hero.
Yeah, unfortunately we weren't there in the last game, and there was also, excuse me, Treant Protector as well as Brewmaster and Ogre Magi in the pool, and of course those two other new heroes don't get picked up, but Brewmaster just wasn't banned, was completely ignored, wasn't banned and wasn't picked. Here we go, Quantic, Painted Gold, response picks in the form of Windrunner as well as Enigma, securing their strong jungler, also with the long lane possibility, although they do have that Windrunner as well for that job. And of course, this really powerful team fight ultimate.
But they've left that Brewmaster in there for TTB. I'm not quite sure I agree with that Enigma pick.
Yeah, man. And this Shadow Demon was also banned out in the last game. It's such a tough hero to deal with as well. Disruption sets up ganks and kills like crazy, especially in combination with that Invoker Sunstrike, which we're not going to see this game. But I mean, Brewmaster in itself is just a ridiculous force to be reckoned with. So they do have the support, they do have that Brewmaster to wreak some havoc here in the mid and late game. It also has a strong nuke slow and just as a strong physical damage source. Furion to round that trio up right up to now with his strong global presence, jungling potential, and yeah, that global presence is basically what makes this hero. It can always make a +1 situation. And there we go, Quantic grabs Korok's signature hero, Morphling, and he will most definitely be happy about this pick right now. TTB not banning out this hero, I'm not respecting Korok's skill with this hero, and let's hope they don't regret this.
The trouble with Korok is he plays quite a few of those semi-carries very, very well. The Mirana, Storm, Morphling, and Tiny, all excellent heroes played by him.
Yeah, he's really He basically came out of nowhere, at least for me, and he was playing on its Gosu, and even there his performance wasn't like it was really good, but only in like the last few months or so has his performance been just off the chart and been destroying teams left and right. All right, here, Earthshaker gets banned out from the Radiant now. Perhaps that long fissure might create some problems for them. Don't want to have to deal with these really strong team fight ultimates. Well, but in that department, we also still have a Tidehunter in the hero pool, so what else is there that they should be worrying about, Durka?
Well, that's what Quantic are thinking about now. They're thinking long and hard. Yeah, I was considering this. The Earthshaker ban was a bit unusual, and one of the only reasons I could come up with is the Broodmother, which Quantic have quickly banned out there after a bit of thought. But they do have well-rounded sides at the moment, like you said. The trio on the Radiant side is quite nicely rounded out, and they could pick up anything. They haven't really opened up their strat. They haven't showed their hand too early. They could pull out anything.
That is very true. They do have a little bit of everything, and TTB does not want to give them that Crystal Maiden. She has been quite the regular guest in that second ban phase, you know, for both teams. It seems like a Crystal Maiden has established herself as the current trend for that support hero because simply her nuke potential. Don't seem to care that much as she drops so fast in team fights. They just appreciate her slow and stun throughout the early to mid game, and with a really intelligent player on that hero, you can also get out some pretty long ultimates, and that does a crap load of damage as well. So that hero's out. Last ban for Quantic. Let's see what they are worrying about now. And as you said, they're not quite giving away their strategy as of yet. Three heroes that have a little bit of everything on both sides. We have Morphling, strong nuke potential, terribly tough to kill that hero once he gets his morph off. Windrunner, just the most versatile hero in my opinion. Enigma also with that really strong team fight. Well, maybe team fight is something that TTB lacks a little bit of because once Brewmaster throws out that ultimate, he basically gets ignored by the enemy team, especially if he has support there. And yeah, there we go. Quantic gets rid of Vengeful Spirit, that counter to Enigma.
Oh, there's not much more they could have done. Seeing as they don't know exactly where TTB is going to go with this, the safest thing they could do is ban out the Venge and give that Enigma the sort of, safety of mind that his ultimates aren't going to be interrupted by that annoying little woman.
By the way, maybe you could mention to our viewers quickly the lineup of TTB and one unusual player that we see in their roster at the moment.
That would be Link, currently standing in for Henry Dickinson. He was part of a team with Calculus, and I'm not entirely sure if he's just standing in or if this will be a permanent fixture in their team. He's usually been playing the heavy carry on, well, he used to be part of DD and SK, playing with Rise, Mania, Miguel, etc.
Yeah.
But now he's a free agent.
They were now the Copenhagen Wolves, and as we found out last night, they disbanded, and yeah, they're all basically on the same page, such as Link, and Link thinks that... Oh, Shadow Shaman. Haven't seen him in a while. Also has a new picture up there. Has less in common with the one underneath, as you can see here. Up here it's kind of dark, and over here it's pretty bright. But yeah, Link, I don't know, does he see future in the team TTB? Because they haven't been making that huge waves in the competitive scene. They haven't beat any strong tier 1 team. Well, they've beat, who was it? Who did TTB beat again? It was Virtus Pro. They beat Virtus Pro. Okay, they did do that, but they are a relatively new team as well. That I should add that as well. Okay, Lich gets picked up here by Quantic, so they will be able to deny a bunch of experience and gold to whoever lanes against him. Also adds a really strong babysitter to that Morphling most likely, and Korok is renowned for his really aggressive Morphling style. He knows the boundaries of his hero. He waveforms under the tower and knows exactly how much damage he can take, calculates the situations out really impressively, and then gets out alive with a kill most of the time. And I think this is what makes him so fun to watch. What do you think should the Radiant be looking for right now?
Well, they've picked up that Shadow Shaman to try and shut down the Morphling. The two hard disables, they just want to, keep the Morphling in place and try and deal that damage. The only problem there is going to be where's the damage going to come from, because they have the Shadow Demon with the Soul Catcher to increase the damage output, but if the Brewmaster can't get there in time, because if Morphling waves away, etc., if you can't get there to deal the damage, I don't think they're going to have enough output to take him down in time. And there's a storm, that'll do it.
Yeah. Really mobile here to keep up with whoever tries to get away here. Yeah, so basically putting a lot of enthusiasm on the idea that they have to get a Storm Spirit with some good farm early on, because he needs a good start in order to have the items and the mana pool needed later on to take on a Morphling, or in general that whole team, because he will not have a nice time against these strong nukers on Quantic side, who now finish up their team with the Beastmaster. And I must say I really like that Beastmaster pick.
Yeah, exactly. That hardcore disable are going to give that Storm a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. I reckon that Beastmaster's just going to be looking for the Storm just to raw him, and then try and deal damage on him before he can do anything to the Morphling.
Yeah.
But I'd just like to point out the Enigma and Lich. That's a double deny there.
Oh yeah, that's correct. My goodness. It'd be fun to see if they go like toward the middle lane, where who's gonna actually quickly point out what do you think the lane is gonna be for the Radiant and the Dire.
For the Radiant, I'm not entirely sure here. I mean, it looks like it could be a Fury and solo top with a tri-lane Rasta SD Brewmaster at bottom with Storm mid, or vice versa with a tri-lane top. But I'm not entirely sure, because they do have quite a nice well-rounded side there. They could lane it any way they want.
Yeah, on the first impression, this Radiant team looks more like the Furion here, who's going to be played by Link. Looks more like a jungling hero. He might go for a Hand of Midas, and then if he goes down there. But as you said, a really strong lineup here. So good luck comes out from an observer here, okay, in the all chat. Calculus here. Alright, we have Calculus here on the Storm Spirit. We have the Nino on... Ooh. Okay. We have the Nino on Shadow Demon. We have Link, as I said, on the Nature's Prophet. Shadow Shaman probably DC'd out because I can't see his name at the moment. It is S4. Yes. And Balsam on the Brewmaster. How about you use the opportunity to go talk us through the Dire heroes?
I would if I could click on the map, but I can't.
Oh, you can't, okay.
One second, yeah, I'm here now.
Alright.
Okay, we've got Painted Gold on that Windrunner. We've got Korok on his core hero, the Morphling there. Last Hit Magic on that Enigma. So I'm guessing he's going to be sitting in that forest farming for a while, and Mikey on the Lich, which is his role, the hard support. And then Solara on his Beastmaster. Going to be on that hard lane solo there, probably stacking Ancients if it gets a bit difficult for him. And they're all pinging, Orange is pinging Roshan, so
okay.
Radiant is wondering whether they're going to be looking at a level 1 Roshan strat here. It's possible with the Beastmaster and Eidolons.
Yeah, that is true.
And Morphling, he took waveform. If he took his morph and morphed all the way down to 1 strength and max agility, that would also be a possibility to take Roshan down.
TTB. This is the first game I see by them, played by them. They have themselves a star-studded carry player in Link on their roster. It's going to be really interesting to see how they will be able to, or if they're going to be able to deal with the currently seemingly unstoppable Quantic. Really strong lineup, formerly known as It's Gosu, then known as X Gosu, and then they got picked up by Quantic after that whole debacle with DD and Quantic, and then quickly it was Eclipsia and that whole scandal there, before they got picked up by the Copenhagen Wolves and then disbanded. So yeah, really quite the roller coaster ride. And even in the CIS scene currently, as you might remember very well, with Dara and their roster shuffle after that Star Series LAN final, basically lost a bunch of their players to Virtus Pro, who are now also experiencing a bunch of problems because they don't seem to be doing as well as everyone expected them with the really strongly hailed Kuroki. And Dara, though, looking really strong with their new lineup. I'm really looking forward to see them go up against each other tonight here in the Joint Dota Masters. Virtus Pro versus Dara. Okay. Mikey on the Lich, as you said, is positioning himself with some wards. He's going to head down toward the mid lane, trying to place some wards. Pings going out. As you can see by the movement on the minimap, nothing all too crazy happening. Look at the trains. Look at the trains from Furion. The F is that. They look awesome.
When did that new model come out?
I have no idea, man. Yesterday it wasn't in there. I don't think.
Really? That really is brilliant.
Alright, the trains are checking out whether a level 1 Roshan strat is going to happen. This is going to give some rest to the Radiant now. Could have been a possibility. On, as you can see now, though, they are on top of their game. They are all the way in the game with their heads and thinking about all the possibilities, because level 1 Roshan is, of course, a ballsy strat, which gives a nice advantage to whoever does it first. So Korok in the middle lane, going to be supported by Lich. Dual lane mid has been trending since the past few months. We have a really nice aggressive wall coming out of TTB. Shadow Demon up here, going to give them vision of the high ground on the middle lane. Spawning out Mikey right away on the top lane. We'll have Painted Gold doing these, attacking these really weird trains who are pulling away the first creep wave, which will enable Link here to maybe put a little bit extra pressure on the top tier 1. Maybe it's just to mess them up a little bit. I don't know what the point in this is.
That's an interesting move. Usually with the treants, you pull the enemy creep wave towards your tower so you can get the last hits
Yeah,
and get the
exactly.
experience.
Usually here I'm going to throw this on the minimap. You pull them around this way.
But I wasn't watching there because I was looking down at bottom lane. Did he get them stuck in the trees by accident, or was that an actual thought out move to take the creep wave into those trees?
On the bottom lane, what happened with the creeps?
Oh no, sorry, on the top lane with the treants. Was that a calculated move to take them into that tree?
Yes, yeah. Link took the aggro and then sent them top into these little trees there.
But yeah, bottom lane, the Rasta spotted out these cut down trees, which Beastmaster came down with his axes to give a lot more vision. So they knew that they were up against a solo Beastmaster down here, which is why the Shadow Demon has gone mid with the Brewmaster, I reckon. They probably were thinking of a tri-lane at bot, but when they saw that Beastmaster there, we can put Storm down against him. Easy farm.
Yeah, totally. So, Balsam and Nino here on Shadow Demon and Brewmaster are going to try to outfarm and outlane Korok and his buddy Mikey in the middle. As you said, Calculus on the bottom lane is going to have a really nice time with Storm Spirit, going to secure him that early game farm that he will desperately need in order to provide for his teammates during the mid stage of the game, getting supported here by Shadow Shaman, who's doing a good job of keeping away this Beastmaster. And on the top lane here, Link, of course, going up against Painted Gold on his Windrunner. Link's behavior with his trains is really odd. I don't understand.
Where are his trains? What was he doing?
Oh, it just seemed like he's always sending them
into weird places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think that.
Alright, disruption going out from Shadow Demon here on Korok. Korok immediately not impressed at all. Just stands his ground and attacks them as well. Both of those heroes now losing about half of their HP. And Korok immediately uses himself, has no regenerative left. Balsam on the other hand has his bottle up by now. Let's see here quickly on the bottom. Solara taking a crap load of damage from Calculus, who has to also pop his regeneration, his what's it called, healing salve. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, how's the farm looking thus far? Last hit magic here on our Enigma is wooding away. 16 last hits, not as worth as much as normal lane creeps. Calculus sitting on 16 last hits, so he's doing really fine there on the bottom lane. Link is sitting on 13, and Korok in the middle lane on 9. So Korok could be doing a little bit better. And there goes a go on Balsam here. One more hit. He bottles up, tries to go up against this, and Korok, yeah, decides not to dive the tower. Almost got the last hit there on Balsam, but he really nicely made really nice use of his bottle there to keep himself alive.
I was just about to say, it's a little more difficult for this Panda and SD, because SD doesn't have a nice chunky nuke like the Lich does. He can just lay down a Frost Blast on that Panda, and then Morphling can wave over the top and try and hit him down. But the SD is slightly more defensive with his skills. With that disruption, able to either disrupt the Panda to take him out of harm's way, or to try and disrupt the Morphling before he can get any massive damage on him.
That is
also with a double ranged on mid lane, it's slightly hard for this Panda to get last hits in, which is why he's lagging behind a tiny bit against the Morphling.
Yeah, he only has. Actually, let's quickly check this chicken here, because I was wondering, he only had 300 gold. Yeah, there, sure enough, is his bottle. Ping goes up from Pink here on Solara. Gets spotted out, waiting up for the rune here. See if he can get lucky. 2, 1. There's the haste. Come on. Yeah, picks it up. And now Rasta in big trouble if Solara decides to chase it. He needs support quickly, because haste rune is one of the most dangerous runes in the early game. Blue, sure enough, took the wrong way, in my opinion, though. Should have gone down there. TTB no turn. TTB Rasta turns around.
Oh,
whoa!
Solara. Not attacking ground there. I think maybe he spiked a little. I'm not sure, because there was definitely a stop in his movement there.
Yeah, and now he's like, I lagged. It was the lag. Let me pause quickly to make sure.
Everybody knows it was a lag.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
No, but that definitely wasn't
Yeah, I
something.
think so too. Just just kidding, Solara, if you're watching this, please don't kill me. Lasted Magic already has a Soul Ring up. I really like Soul Ring on Enigma. Enigma is just such a nice hero in the jungle. You can also, once your Eidolons um, multiplied, right before they run out, you can make Eidolons out of your Eidolons and just continue doing this, and the Soul Ring is just the right item for this jungling job. And this will make sure that he will be able to stay in this jungle infinitely long unless he gets ganked, and thus ensures either a fast mech or a fast blink dagger. Usually those are the two items that a Enigma has to choose between, or basically the captain has to choose between what his Enigma is going to go for. Um, yeah, I wouldn't be able to put my finger on what I would prefer more on an Enigma. What do you think?
Well, very rarely do Enigmas rush dagger nowadays, unless they're in pub games. Usually it is the mech or the pipe, the sort of core item which they can rush. They can get that item in about 10 minutes if they are left in the jungle,
Ah,
complete free farm. You can pick up a mech in about 9-10 minutes, pipe a little bit longer.
hmm.
But if they get those items by that time and then they start taking towers, it is very difficult to respond if you don't have a heavy jungler on your team to keep up with that gold income.
Hmm. Look at this here. Calculus already sitting on 1.5k gold. Most likely going to finish up some fast treads here, and then he's going to go for... Well, I don't even know if he's going to go for treads, to be honest, because God killed them all from Dara. He plays the Storm Spirit, and I don't even know if it's just like his signature build, or if all or most pro players go this way. He goes for quick arcanes, and then later disassembles it to finish up his Bloodstone. He might also go for this.
He brought it to the forefront, God, and people started using it. And obviously, people started realizing how great of a build it was because the arcanes gives you that lovely mana boost which Storm needs to deal out the damage, deal out the nukes, and also into Bloodstone, which is a brilliant core item for him.
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out the haste on Solara. He did have level 2 Call of the Wild, so he did have a boar there when attacking the Rasta, but he decided not to pop it.
That is
And
true. And he also had the Hawk,
axes, yeah.
and that gives him aerial vision, and this little ring around the Rosy Duke would not have been a possibility. True that. Alright, game is resumed from Quantic Painted Gold here. And currently, TTB is not looking at all like an amateur team. There is definitely a reason why they are in this tournament and going up against the top teams. So let us see how this continues here. Balsam and Calculus, definitely some very well-known names in the esports scene, especially from the Dota 1 days, as well as Link, of course, also been quite successful in the Dota 2 scene. So yeah, let's see how this happens here. Look at this Shadow Demon. In the meantime, he's stacked up some creeps. He's going to stack one more time. Maybe he's going to fly himself out some Smoke of Deceit puppy style, because I don't think this mechanic has been reworked just yet, where you can just do it like crazy. Oh my goodness, look at the dire Ancients. Solara going to work on that stack.
He really needs to. He's got almost nothing on his bot lane. Sitting at level 3 at 5 minutes. What are his creep stats? Yeah, 3 for 1. Almost nothing at all.
Alright.
Who was that a ping from just then? Was that a radiant ping on the ancients or a dire ping?
That's a good question. I think it was a dire ping, but now that you asked, I'm not too sure.
Oh, and
Here
then
we
they come
go,
over here.
Solara's gonna get goat here. Link goes in, makes a +1 situation out of this, gets shackled immediately, owned, nuked from Calculus, and then disabled as well. So that's slow passive from Storm Spirit as well as the disable, and the +1 from Link, who looks kind of weird. Look at his Prophet. He lost his cape in the teleportation, at least on my screen.
Oh, he hasn't had that all game for me.
Oh,
He's been naked.
okay. So just some a little bit more psychological advantage by TPing in completely nude and freaking the hell out of his opponents. Yeah, those +1 situations in combination with the quick gank, such as that one from Rasta, spells doom for almost any hero that gets caught off guard there. Calculus here making sure to nuke down those creep waves with the help of Prophet Ultimate, and this tier 1 tower is going to take a fall if they don't go out. Axes fly through. No support TP coming in though, so this tier 1 tower on the bottom is going to go down. First blood as well as first tier 1 tower goes down to the tough bananas.
I mean, that's just really slick movement. They go down for a 3v1 gank at bot. They have
Oh,
the
jump
ward.
on Solara here, gets pulled in immediately, and Nice is able from Rasta. He's basically in place, can't do anything. Support TP comes in, but it's too late. Beastmaster goes down. Link immediately TP's up, but gets stunned by Lasted Magic, who TP'd in immediately. Really quick fingers on that TP scroll. Yeah, Link goes down, nude or not. Calculus tries to heal up here a little bit. I also see some action here on the Tough Bananas S4 here. Looks in trouble from Mikey. 4 more seconds, 2 more seconds for his Nova. That will be the slow, and that will be the time he needs to auto-attack him to death. Lasted Magic also there to make sure that this job gets done. Yeah, has to use a stun still, otherwise Rasa might have gotten away. He manages to get one more nuke out before it goes down to those two. But there we go, 2 for 2 here.
Yeah, Rasta bought all of the items he could, lost no gold whatsoever.
Oh, Calculus not quite done yet, goes on Mikey, and Link also TP's in. This is one dead Lich. Wow, sorry about that, man.
No, it's absolutely fine, things going on. But yeah, that was really slick movement from TTB there, turning a 3v1 gank into a tower push, and then sending the SD top to make sure that the Windrunner Enigma, who were trying to push that top tower, made sure they couldn't. So they took one tower for the price of none.
Yeah, nice map awareness there of you. Indeed, this top tier 1 tower is sitting just above deny range. Not sure if Pentagold does go for it.
Take a look at mid.
Mid lane. Oh, I just saw Morphling going down. Oh my goodness, Shadow Shaman was there as well as Link, and Panda had popped his ultimate. Did you have some more information on that?
Yeah, that was a Hex into a Panda ulti, then Shackle, and Korok was on about half HP from the start of the fight, and he couldn't hold it.
Look at this Dire Side Ancient stack. This is about, what is it, like a quadruple stack right now? Is it 3 or 4? Could be 4.
I think there's 5 there. There's 4 big dragons, and then there's one of the Thunder Lizard stacks.
That is true, man. Holy crap.
Or possibly more. I don't know, it's getting a bit... There's so many dragons.
Yeah, the new Link here and his strange trains, his special trains making their way into the jungle here. I'm gonna quickly keep my vision on Balsam here on the middle lane while I do a quick item check. We have, of course, as I was pointing out, Hanomitis going up on Link on the Nature's Prophet. He will invest it in this late game here. Calculus indeed now has his Ring of Health as well as his Mana Boots. And Quantic, on the other hand, well, the other heroes, by the way, they don't have that much, so they're just supporting and thus don't have much gold. Pentagold here has his phase boost. Let's quickly check here how much gold he has on top of that. Phase boost as well as 800 gold, okay. Solara here managed to get his Urn of Shadows up, some more regeneration as well as potential charges. Korok is maybe saving up for something, or just, yeah, he's only sitting on 600 gold. He lost too much gold from that engagement over there. And Lasted Magic, as you said, picked up a headdress and will most likely go for that by now standard mech first on Enigma.
Yep, I mean, it just depends on what the Windrunner wants to go, whether she's going to go straight for a 4-staff and go for the utility build, or whether she'll go for a mech and Enigma will go for pipe. It's up to the captain to decide at this moment, but it could go either way. But yeah, Painted Gold sitting.
Here we go, Solara being initiated upon by Calculus, also an ultimate use as well as the Furion ultimate. Rasta gets shackled to the tree immediately though. Here's Lasted Magic, gets the kill, gets a stun on Calculus, I wanted to say, and Shadow Shaman also goes down. Here is our Shadow Demon though, disrupts Enigma. Mikey also there, Link TP's in, ultimate here coming out of Enigma, manages to get the kill on Storm Spirit, but Enigma goes down himself before that. Link in big trouble now, won't be able to get any kills before he goes down to Mikey and Paint. So 4 Tough Bananas are now down, and only Enigma died on the Dire side.
A little sloppy there. They thought they could get in and out with a kill on the Beastmaster, but they couldn't. The TPs in were too quick, the support was too quick. Lich, Enigma, and then Korok on the Morphling, all there to pick up kills and punish TTB for that little kill on the Beastmaster.
That is true. Just goes to show the immense amount of synchronization that's achieved by now on the Quantic side here. They know exactly how to play this game. They know exactly when to support and when to let a tower fall. They gave up Painted Gold here. Sorry, I have to finish this Terraflot later. Painted Gold using Windrun trying to get away from this hasted Balsam, but as I said, Korok is here as well as Lich, and they saved this Windrunner as well, so I'm going to be trying to do some sneaky moves. He goes in against 2, goes for the stun, hits away on Mikey. He has his ultimate ready, pops that immediately, and they use the smoke, abusing this issue here. And Korok, I think, did something that dispelled the smoke there. Lame comes the call from Balsam. Yeah, this is a mechanic that might not be, that might be a bug, or maybe not, don't know. But immediately, as Panda, Brewmaster used his ultimate, they used smoke, because you guys watching, in case you don't know, those 3 split Brewmasters don't count as a hero unit apparently, and thus if you're alone and there's no other hero there except for Brewmaster, pop that smoke and run away and giggle like a little girl.
Take a look at Lich again. He's picked up another smoke.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that first smoke was for that exact reason. They weren't looking for smoke ganks because they were on the back foot defending. It was simply to avoid that panda ult. Very intelligent there from Mikey.
yeah. In the middle, in the top lane, Balsam gets initiated upon and gets a stun here and goes down. Balsam to Enigma as well as Pentagold. The ultimate from Fury won't be able to do much. In the middle lane, however, Calculus overextending perhaps a little bit. Korok in a bit of trouble, but has support from in the form of Solara as well as Lich. And sure enough, Rasta goes down. Link now. Wow, 4-1. He's there all by himself, finds himself alone, and 3 heroes go down. And all of that for the price of a tier 1 tower. Did it get denied? I don't.
No, it didn't. It got taken by the wards. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, again, TTB being caught out around an enemy tower. They keep diving down to get a kill or to try and get the last hit on the tower, and they just keep getting caught out by instant TPs in or instant support from this Quantic squad.
Yeah. Nonetheless, though, we have a slight goal advantage in the favor of the tough bananas here, most likely due to the fact they have 2 towers pushed and Quantic only 1. The kill score is in the favor of Quantic at the moment, and so is the XP advantage. So I think that at the moment, just from the way this is looking, Quantic has the upper hand because it appears that they just have this experience advantage just as a team. They know how to move, they know which fights to take, and how to behave in team fights. Korok especially, he doesn't lose his cool when he gets disrupted and focused by several heroes. He stands his ground in fights. He knows that he should be fine, and they profit, man. They have 9 kills, and the tough bananas only have 6. Top lane, ping goes up from Orange, which is the Shadow Demon. Balsam here chopping away on that tower. The tower might not be their actual goal. Well, they do take down this creep wave here, so all of the tough bananas here on the top lane now. They know. Sorry.
I was just about to say, again, they're trying to dive behind the tower to pick up some kills, but this time they're grouping up as 5. They know that they're going to be in for some support here. They know that there are going to be 5 Quantic players waiting around, looking for an opening.
The Shadow Demon using his Shadow Poison as well, give them some vision.
Beastmaster just took about 700 gold from the ancient stack, and there's still 4 or 5 dragons left.
Wow. Here we go, Pentagold firing out some power shots. Time to stall this push. The tough bananas here got some attention onto the top lane and now transition to the middle, but Quantic is on their top game at the moment. They also rotate, and in the middle lane here our Korok knows as well they're missing, and they did have a ward here to spot this out. Maybe this was just freshly placed, maybe it was just the intuition of the team, or it was the ward that actually spotted them out. But in either case, Quantic moving really nicely and smartly across the map here. Balsam, ultimate gets dropped, jump on Pain of Gold here, stunned from Lasted Magic immediately. He does have the black hole and catches Balsam in there. He's going to be able to pop his ultimate. He keeps his cool though, no kills out there as of yet though. Nino, the Shadow Demon, gets killed by the tower. Oh my goodness, Lasted Magic on our Enigma gets down as well, gets killed by Shadow Demon. And here, Solara ulting Calculus as well. Power Shot flies through here, gets 4-staffed out, but still dies to Korok's nuke here. Balsam and Rasta now are on the back foot trying to get away. Balsam uses his ultimate, tries to give his mate Rasta a little bit more time. He tries to TP out. He almost abused the Fog of War effectively enough to go out there. As soon as his Pan ultimate runs out, he will be in deep trouble, and he knows this. That's why he's already backing off, although there's half the duration still left. Solara, though, commencing the chase, and he will have some nice axes to kill him, or an auto attack, as well as the wave from Morphling. And he secures himself a triple kill there. So really strong defense coming out of Quantic, and again showing that they are the more experienced team here.
Yeah, exactly like you said. They had a ward there that spotted out TTB rotating through to mid, so they knew exactly where they were heading to, and they adjusted accordingly. They positioned themselves in an arc around the movement that TTB wanted to go into, and they just closed them down. Absolutely shut them down.
Yeah, interestingly enough here, Shadow Demon... No, it wasn't Shadow Demon, who was it? It was Mikey on this Lich who went for some Tranquil Boots, also an item that just came in a few patches ago, so it's still relatively new and unknown in the scene, but it does give a really nice movement bonus. So Pentagold now has his 4-staff completed. Enigma also has his mech completed. Don't know if I mentioned this. Korok picks up an ultimate orb, most likely going to go toward that Lincoln Sphere, a standard build for Morphlings. And the Link now, Handomite, beginning to bear its first fruits, showing itself in the 4-staff, and a completed mech now as we speak. And Calculus not too far away from his Bloodstone himself.
I'm not entirely sure he will go for Lincolns. It is quite a core item, but more recently in the Chinese scene, we've seen Morphlings go for that bottle and skipping the Lincolns entirely because it delays their later items. It delays the Ethereal Blade or it delays the Skadi, so that we've seen them going the bottle for that mana and HP regen and not necessarily needing the spell block, and then saving money for the bigger item for dealing damage.
Balsam here, invisible, giving some vision to his banana mates. Yeah, so yeah, totally true. Korra could also use this ultimate orb to go into a Skadi. That would be quite unconventional in my eyes, but totally possible. They have vision on him. Gets shackled immediately. Gets ward as well. How did they have the vision on him? He goes down immediately. Oh, they placed a wow, a sentry ward. Maybe was that invisibility rune on the bottom rune spot?
I don't know. I didn't see him pick it up.
Okay, but nonetheless, a really good sentry ward. Found themselves a panda there who thought himself to be safe, but got shackled, got ultied, and then got nuked down. And now the tier 1 tower here, being pressured pretty intensely by the Quantic guys. Their creep wave though got nuked down by Rasta as well as, I think it was just Rasta actually. Secondary wave coming in, let's see if Quantic is gonna abort this push and just gonna, yeah, they're gonna rotate into their jungle as well as the top lane to get some farm. And let's see how Korok's doing. Morphing down his strength, putting that into agility. He's now sitting on 129 damage. He used his ultimate. Exactly? He uses replicate to bring himself onto lane again quickly. And yeah, scores 8-14 and 18 minutes in. And as you can see by the warding, TTB is at least what about their strategy. They do want to put pressure on the enemy team. They want to bring the fight to them, as you can see by the relatively offensive warding as well in the dire jungle as well. But the execution is where they are. Well, I don't want to say failing, but
Lacking, I think.
lacking. Yeah, that's true. Quantic is just outplaying them in that department.
Well, I was just taking a quick look at the golden experience graph, and it shows the story of the game. TTB have been going around taking towers and farming, taking lots of gold, but Quantic have been taking the team fights and absolutely dominating in the experience field. So it's quite hard to call. It's quite hard to call who's going to come out on top of this. Oh no! I thought they had just taken all the ancients, but there's still some dragons left over.
Yeah, well, I am really impressed and the Korok Morphling, like he has impressed me in countless games with that hero. So at the moment, I would have put my money on Quantic, but as you said, man, the gold is clearly in the favor of the tough bananas, and the question will be, can they transition this gold advantage into and that resulting item advantage into towers, into more towers, maybe even into racks, because they are losing in the kill department at the moment.
Well, Furion has Mech 4 staff. Storm does have his Bloodstone now, but the support heroes, Shadow Demon is very lean, sitting on a bracer and a couple of wards, and Rasta has just picked up his drums, that's not too bad.
That's true, he did.
But the Brewmaster, not very many items at all. He's the one that needs those core items, the tankiness or the dagger or the agonyms to try and initiate and deal the damage that TTB need to do. Because Storm is going to jump in and try and initiate on the Morphling to keep him out to fight, with Rasta coming in on top of that. And it's down to the Brewmaster to do the majority of the damage in the team fights.
Quantic has really been keeping down this Brewmaster. Now that you mention it, I checked his items and he would be able to grab some item like a Blink Dagger maybe here after he gets the last of this creep wave. But as you said, man, for 20 minutes in, that might not be enough. Calculus here goes down to Korok, just caught the end of that. Not even sure how he managed to get himself out of position this crazily.
He saw the Lich and he ulted on him. Lost half of his mana from the ulti, Vortex on the Lich, and there's a Beastmaster and Morphling standing right next to him. Roar into waveform, and that's a dead Storm.
He balled in, pretty ballsy, and then the two support heroes who were until then undetected said, "Sup, bro?" Alright, last hit magic goes Panic Gold, and the rest of the Quantic team are getting bashed by Roshan. And Tough Bananas looking to challenge this here. They don't want to give away free Roshan. And Quantic know this and are a little bit more careful now.
This is going to be interesting. They've smoked up and it looks like they're going to go around the back. They know where TTB are.
McCann smoke? I didn't really know what he's talking about now.
Well, I think Enigma's mech is on cooldown. so I think he mech'd into smoke. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to make a joke.
Maybe he used both, and he used both almost at the same time, and Puppy's like, wow! Come to Navi, bro! That's
The effects are amazing.
How did you do that? Oh, here comes the pings. They did have a sentry ward spotting this out. Quantic thinking they're safe. Yeah, I guess it does also ran out, and here comes TTB. Switching the roles completely. The Radiant on the dire side, and here goes Panda initiating. He blinked in, has his blink dagger done, and uses ultimate immediately, focusing down last hit Magic, who uses his mech as well. Has no chance to use his black hole as of now. Will he go down? I'm not too sure. They're still chasing. Might be overcommitting here because Ras is already dead. Now Enigma goes down, followed by the Lich. 2 for 1 at the moment. They take Morphling out of the fight. Such a nice disable from the Panda. Balsam's ultimate ran out. Roars Nino on the Shadow Demon off the cliff. And now the fight commences. Korok taking crap load damage, morphs into strength, manages to survive, goes towards the rune check, doesn't find one, and Panda goes down immediately. Link here. Oh. Quantic Solara on Beastmaster went down, and now Nino might go down to Korok, who morphs back and waves. Wow, what a nice play coming off Korok here. And Paint might also be in a little bit of trouble here. Link gets the last hit, and Korok is back in base. Really strong.
Korok escaping that first skirmish on about 80 hit points, waving out to that rune spot, and then just keeping himself going.
Yeah.
Dealing out that damage and bringing people down.
I think that makes a difference of like a good Morphling player and a pro Morphling player, is that good Morphling players manage to survive situations like that by abusing the fact that Morph gives you so much HP. But if you're a pro, then you immediately like morph some back into agility so you can stay there with your team and dish out that damage, as Korok did. And really nice mana management as well as awareness of his hit points and mana points to stay in that fight and get a triple kill out of that. I think it was a triple kill.
Yeah, that bottle gives him so much more flexibility when using waveform and morph, because the Lincolns, it gives a base, you know, a set amount of regen, but with the bottle you can use it whenever you want.
So let's quickly here see the gold graph still spiking up in the favor of the Radiant side, and also the XP graph is now spiking up toward the tough bananas as well. I just saw in terms of items that Calculus managed to pick up his Bloodstone, so that will help him out a little bit, as well as his teammates if he goes down after initiation. And Link most likely going for that sheepstick after his 2 items, Force Staff as well as Mech. So the tough banana is looking nice. Shadow Demon on support duty as well as Shadow Shaman helping out a little bit in that department. Calculus bought up a ultimate orb right now, so he might also go for a sheepstick. And let's check the Quantic side here at the moment, as Calculus finds himself an haste rune and gives that to Balsam, such a nice guy. Mikey still in his tranquil boots. Last hit Magic, how much gold is he sitting on at the moment? 1.7k, so he might go for, what do you think?
Possibly that blink, because in the last fight he got totally out of position. Well,
yeah. No, he got focused basically, he had no chance to get it out.
He got focused and surrounded. The TTP players were very intelligent at staying away from that Enigma, because one black hole in that situation at that choke point could have turned the fight so easily into Quantic's favor. But he got disrupted and, you know, played around a little bit. But with the dagger, if he sits behind and jumps in with that black hole, things could be very interesting.
I just clicked on a train and looked at the picture, and man, these trains look really ugly. Next time Link, click on the train, look at his face.
Yep,
oh my goodness. Look at the warding coming off TTB as well. They are on top of it, man. They have really keeping those wards up. Get a tier 2 tower on the top lane, and they are not stopping. They are trying to get some damage on this tier 3, perhaps even forcing that team fight. Ultimate from Rasta goes down. Quantic has to hurry the heck up now. Support TP comes in. Last hit Magic, who did manage to get black hole out that last fight, is now happy to have it. Needs 100 more gold in order for that blink, and really clutch Shackle on Calculus as well as TTB. Last hit Magic, waits for the mini stun to be gone. Oh, uses his BK black hole after that, but then gets stunned again. Calculus goes down after him. And let's see how this fight goes afterwards. Korok here gets focused one more time, gets shackled as well. Force staffed out from his teammates though, so he managed to waveform himself back into safety. The tier 3 tower went down in the meantime, and the ultimate from Balsam wore off. Ultimate up on Paint. And really nice disruption to counter that shackle shot while Windrunner gets focused down by Link. TP from Korok, who healed up and kills Rasta now. He tries to clean up this business here now, and Mikey's here as well, doesn't have mana, but he's just basically scaring them with his presence. And Korok chasing after TTB Nino on the Shadow Demon and gets the kill there as well. So Korok, Solara here as well, in trouble, but manages to survive against Balsam, and now Paint is commencing the chase on him.
Storm
in the
is on his way
meantime,
back, though.
Storm is back exactly as you said, goes on Mikey, jumps him, gets the kill there, and goes to work on Korok as well here. Korok has his has his replicate here up as well. Calculus needs to watch his mana carefully. Has 700 HP, 700 mana. Is he going to jump after him? Might not be a good choice. Yeah, he doesn't. In the meantime, on the bottom rune spot here, Balsam though found himself a lucky regeneration rune that just saved his life. Let's see if Paint wants to. Yeah, blinks away. Wow, that was that team fight was all over the place.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Beastmaster just looking for that storm, raw him, because without the storm and the Brewmaster on top of the morph, they can't deal enough damage to take him down. They have the shackle and the hex, but the damage output just isn't enough during that duration with just one of those heroes. If Storm gets taken out too early, or Brewmaster gets taken out too early, TTB have to back out of team fights.
That is very true, my friend. And man, this Enigma must be pretty ticked off right now because he was so close to his Blink Dagger before he went down there. He even managed to wait out the initial mini stun from. Oh no, sorry, that was the Lich is on his team. There was. He was mini stunned from something before, or I might be very wrong here. But nonetheless, his black hole got cancelled afterwards, and now he got focused, and then he got focused down, and now he has to farm up that Blink Dagger one more time. Here we go. Mickey getting focused. Calculus gets disabled. Goes down nonetheless though. Disrupted. Defensive disruption coming out of Shadow Demon. Painted Gold here though. Getting focused intensely here. Gets nuked down. Korok is here to support. A little bit too late. 3 heroes down from Quantic. My goodness. A triple kill coming out of Link. Showing why he's one of the best carry players. And Solara axes himself out of the trap from Link. But it's not enough. He goes down. Korok, the only one left. Gets a godlike streak though with his kill on Rasta. And immediately uses his replicate to get himself out of harm's way there.
All of those kills came from one thing, the surprise of the Hex on Link. That side of the Vice hexing, they had no idea it was coming, and they got completely caught out of position, completely caught out.
Yeah, that's true, man. Wasn't even aware of that. Thanks for pointing that out. And here we go. This is what Dota's all about. You win a team fight in a nice position and transition that into a push. And here we go. Tier 3 tower goes down, and I'm not too sure if they will be able to challenge these melee racks going down. The Tough Bananas showing that they can definitely keep up with one of the strongest teams in the current scene. Last Hit Magic here is in big trouble. Calculus jumps in. The ultimate from Panda. He's just waiting for the trees to go down. Last Hit Magic in big trouble. Gets focused by this Panda while Calculus is taking care of Mikey and Korok. Has to get back here a little bit though. Lich went down. Last Hit Magic managed to survive, and Panda's ultimate is going to run out here pretty soon. He disabled the Korok. Quantic Paint's also here. And now they have to back out quickly. Let's see if Link is going to be able to get away. Oh, he had like the perfect chance there to fire the shackle on his range creep, but didn't manage to do so. Link here now turns around, does his fires his ultimate, and prepares for this fight. And Balsam is there to support him and gets the kill on first Enigma. And now they're going on Paint. Also goes down. Really nice play. TTB on the top lane in the meantime. Korok got a solo kill on Shadow Demon, who tried to sneakily get some racks here. But wow, Tough Bananas. I think they needed some warm-up time for the game, but now they're in it.
Great turnaround there. And they've realised now that they can't go diving behind towers without their full 5 lineup. They need the damage output from the 2 main semi-carries, the Brewmaster and the Storm. Oh, and here comes the Roar.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Here comes the Roar on the Brewmaster, Fury TPing in, and Storm trying to take out that Lich before he can deal any more damage. The Fury in there hexes that Morphling and Sprout into Shackle as well. Will there be enough damage to keep him out of the game? No, he waveforms out.
Wow, waveforms out with the morph immediately. They did lose both racks. The pinks go to the top where the tier 3 tower is gone. They're gonna check if they can get the melee racks on top as well, and it looks like they will be able to because Korok has to heal up. He has nothing left. He morphed all he had into his strength, and there's 2 sets of racks. Wow, the Tough Bananas are really freaking tough, man.
Brilliant play. That Fury and Hex came at exactly the right time. He just finished it. He went into that mid lane skirmish, took out, what, 3 or 4 heroes, left the Morphling alive, and then they've just had a free ride into the barracks, pretty much.
Totally. Holy crap. 23 to 23 at 30 minutes. Wow. Let's have a quick look here. While I'm following Calculus, who has also completed up his sheepstick now with 13 charges on his stick. What the frick are those guys doing there? Okay, Sheepstick as well as Bloodstone, as I said, on Storm Spirit. Balsam now is going toward Agnum Scepter. Link now on top. Wow, he's farming like crazy. That shows the experience this guy has and the knowledge of the game. He has a Mantis completed on top of that surprise Scythe of Ice. And if you compare that to Korok's Ethereal Braid, it will just not be enough to win those team fights. Quantic looking really poor in terms of the item department, and here we see the tactic of TTB to focus on those early towers and not really caring about the fact that they might give the XP advantage to Quantic due to overextensions, just showing basically that their item advantage is enough to basically just take the high ground.
Yeah, that item advantage, if you take a quick look at that gold graph, it does show.
Yeah, well, that's after two tier 3s and two sets of racks and a bunch of
Yeah.
mini buildings, but it's still insane.
Well,
And
I mean, the XP graph does show the story a little more clearly. The little bit of skirmish war there they had diving under the towers where the experience went into the favour of the Quantic side, but then they have pulled it back with a steep, steep incline there to plus 5,000.
totally in Quantic here. Look a little bit shocked. I don't think they were expecting to get pressured this intensely in this game. I think they were also aware that, you know, the Tough Bananas haven't been playing competitively for hardly at all. And still, take down one of the most renowned Dota 2 teams in the scene currently, and now they, cheeky as they are they, by the way, just quickly pointing out, they have their big map advantage right around this line here, and use this advantage they have to quickly take down Roshan and secure their definite advantage. And this looks really bad for Quantic. Look at them just sitting in their base knowing that they lost complete map control here.
TTB was expecting a smoke gank on Roshan there. If you take a look at the sentry wards on the, well, near the secret shop and on the bottom lane for Dire, they've got sentry wards where naturally people would walk over if they were smoked up towards the Roche pit.
That is true. Thanks for pointing that out, man. That just shows that the Tough Bananas have their theory down of the game and are able to transition that nicely to the practicality of this little skirmish here, and just making sure they can really safely take down Roshan and know in case of any surprises. So, you know, not taking any chances here, the Tough Bananas.
Yeah, the warding from the Tough Bananas has been top-notch all game. They don't ward for the sake of warding. They don't ward just to see the rune spots. They ward exactly where they need to be initiating or to be defensive to win the game.
And it is this guy here, the Nino. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, man, but your warding has been outstanding. Really nice job.
I don't know if you saw that, but Korok escaped by the skin of his teeth there.
Did he?
Storm jumped right on him, but in a split second, Storm was about to vortex. He got out,
Oh, man.
pushing that top lane as far as he could, right to the limit.
Did go for the Ethereal Blade first and then into the Lincoln Sphere. Interesting.
Oh no, he had the Lincolns first and then into Ethereal
Oh,
Blade.
okay, thanks.
Because he picked up, he sold his bottle and
Oh, I didn't see
bought the
Lincoln Sphere.
Ethereal.
Okay.
The Lincolns has been there for a while.
Yeah, Keklis has his Aegis up. Link spiraling out of control with his farm. Let's see, he must have a crap load of gold by now. And indeed he does. 3.5k gold. The Tough Bananas here seem unkillable at the moment. Link here gets initiated upon though, but he had one intelligent replicate up inside his base, and he tried to get Link out there. He immediately chose to assume the position of his replicate once he saw that Link was not alone. But look at this. Loses 1.2k HP just by this shotgun combo from the Morphling.
Yeah, it deals a lot of damage.
If this was a Shadow Demon, he would have been dead.
But yeah, like you were saying, Korok very intelligent with his replicate play. When he was pushing top lane, he had a replicate in base, and seeing as though there's no anti-mage or no Radiance carrier on the Radiant side, he's mainly using his replicate for defensive purposes, making that illusion of an ally teammate keeping it in base, or keeping it on the lane he wants to farm, and then teleporting straight onto it as soon as he's in trouble.
Yeah. And here we go, at the 35-minute mark, the Tough Bananas looking to take their first major win in a big tournament game here in the Joint Dota Masters number 8. Making their way toward the high ground. Power shot goes out. Quantic have not given up yet though. Trying to make sure they can win this. Ultimate goes down. Balsam blinks in, pops the ultimate immediately. Last Hit Magic has no chance to get anything out there. Calculus has been expected by the Beastmaster, and a clutch shackle kills him. He's going to be back in just a few seconds, but in the meantime, Link here hitting away on Solara. He's going to be able to get the kill. Calculus here as well. 4 staffs in, and Beastmaster goes down. Lich here manages to go down as well. And Korok kills Nature's Prophet immediately by his back. This is the beauty of this global hero here. Calculus also got a kill here as well on Beastmaster, it seems, and wow, Windrunner falls shortly after. Korok here being disabled. He's the last surviving guy on his team here. He did manage to get his morph off here. Waveform is out, and knows there's not much he can do now. Paint trying to do best he can, but the Mega Creeps are already existence here for the Tough Bananas, and Paint also goes down. This is a GG.
It was a valiant effort by Quantic.
Yes.
But TTB just showed their strength there.
Wow. TTB.
And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to hope that Link stays on this team for an extended period, because that is some brilliant, brilliant play from him as well, farming up some amazing items with his solo top Furion.
Yeah. Go hate 1-1 score up. Alright guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. This was Quantic against the Tough Bananas in the Joint Dota Masters number 8. With me is Dirk, my co-caster, and we will be right back with the next VOD here when I'm not even sure what the next game is going to be, but nonetheless, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.